You won't believe this. In the heart of Norway's Isdalen Valley, a mysterious discovery in 1970 sent shockwaves through the nation. A burned woman, found in an unusual position, carried multiple fake identities, coded notebooks, and a wealth of unanswered questions. As investigators sifted through her belongings riddled with disguises, foreign currencies, and a cryptic notebook, theories about her identity emerged. Was she a spy involved in Cold War espionage, or a high-end sex worker with a dangerous clientele? With a toxicology report hinting at suicide and modern DNA analysis revealing ties to Germany and France, her true identity remains elusive, captivating the world over 50 years later. Join us as we unravel the chilling details of the Isdal woman case, one of Norway's most haunting mysteries that refuses to fade away. On November 29, 1970, a man and his two daughters climbed a muddy path in the Isdalen Valley, Norway, from Bergen. They saw a woman lying on her back, badly burned all over her front, and couldn't tell her face due to the severe damage. There was no evidence of a campfire nearby, only a few strange items. It was clear that a fire had occurred, and the woman must have died. The family didn't want to stay and ran back to Bergen for 2 hours, calling the local police. They were about to initiate one of the strangest investigations ever to occur in Norway, the mystery of the Isdal woman, which still plagues its people and police today. The family's actions led to the discovery of a woman who had become synonymous with the valley and continues to haunt its people and police today. Who is this Isdal woman? Police in Bergen, Norway, were tasked with investigating a strange death when they found a woman with brown hair on her back. The woman's face was burned so severely that her hands were tightly clenched in an agonized position. There was no sign of what had ignited the fire, and only a few scattered items remained. Water bottles filled with water, a broken umbrella, a ring, and a pair of rubber boots. Nearby lay an empty passport holder and some burnt paper, likely remnants of a passport, hinting at her lost identity. Searching for more clues only deepened the mystery. All the tags on her clothing had been cut off, and every label around her was removed. Nothing at the scene offered even a hint of where she had come from. Under her body, they found a fur hat, an unusual item for Norway, more commonly seen in Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, then part of the USSR. Yet, like everything else, the hat bore no label. As officers examined the body, they realized visual identification was impossible. Her face was too disfigured. They noticed something. Her right arm crossed over her chest, while her left arm was outstretched, almost as if in a warning. Her fingerprints remained intact. They quickly arranged for her body to be transported to the lab for fingerprinting, toxicology, and any other tests that could provide answers. They still didn't know whether this was an accident, suicide, or murder, and they were eager to resolve it before the locals grew alarmed. In 1970, investigators lacked modern forensic tools. DNA sequencing wasn't available, so they began checking missing persons records for any adult female with brown hair. But they found nothing. A stroke of luck came when a worker at the local train station reported 2 unattended suitcases left for over a week. Inside one of the bags, officers discovered a pair of sunglasses, which they hoped for a partial fingerprint, which matched the Isdal woman. The suitcases contained wigs, non-prescription glasses, makeup with rubbed-off labels, a matchbox from a lingerie store in Germany, and multiple currencies, suggesting extensive travel across borders. But the most puzzling discovery was a notebook filled with what appeared to be coded messages. The officers sent the notebook to a military code specialist for analysis, hoping it might unravel part of the mystery. As they continued to sift through the bags, they tried to piece together what had happened between November the 23rd, when the luggage was checked in, and November 29th, when her body was found. One officer pulled out a shoe bag that still had a label, one of the few. It bore the name of a shoe store in Stavanger, a city 4 hours away from Bergen. When the police rushed to the store, They immediately spotted the same rubber boots from the crime scene displayed on a shelf. The police broadened their search, questioning other businesses, and quickly found another lead. A local hotel confirmed she had stayed there for a few nights. The receptionist remembered her distinct appearance, unfamiliar accent, and the same gap-toothed smile. She pointed to the guest book, showing the entry where the woman had signed Vanel L. Beside the name was a passport number, and her nationality was listed as Belgian. For a brief moment, the officers probably thought they had solved the case. They had a name, a passport, and a nationality, but everything turned out to be fake. They shifted their focus, combing through hotel records across Norway for anyone matching her description. They discovered 7 different entries, each using a fake name and passport number. Some names sounded French, others German, and a few more local. The investigation raised questions about her identity. With multiple fake identities, coded messages, disguises, and various currencies, she seemed more than a tourist, possibly involved in espionage or sex work. A toxicology report revealed she had taken 50 to 70 pink sleeping pills, unavailable in Norway, shortly before her death. But her blood only showed traces of the pills enough to cause drowsiness, but not unconsciousness or death. Soot in her lungs suggested she was alive when the fire started. The official cause of death was carbon monoxide poisoning from the fire, compounded by the sleeping pills. A forensic report indicated only 2 drops of petrol on her hat, and no clear fire evidence of the scene, prompting further questions. One officer even speculated she might have accidentally set herself on fire while trying to extinguish a campfire with hairspray. Ultimately, police concluded it was a suicide and closed the case on December 22, 1970, just 3 weeks after her body was found. The public expressed confusion over the police's conclusions, questioning the lack of fire evidence and the feasibility of her actions under the influence of so many pills. Despite numerous inconsistencies, the police chose to discontinue their investigation, leaving many aspects of the case unresolved. Theories and speculations, the Isdal woman case is steeped in mystery. Discovered in Norway's Isdalen Valley in 1970, her burned body raised more questions than answers. She carried multiple fake identities, disguises, currencies, and code-filled notebooks, suggesting she was more than just a tourist. While authorities publicly labeled her a mentally ill traveler, the Norwegian secret police suspected a link to Cold War espionage due to her proximity to Norway's largest naval base in Tananger, where the Penguin missile system was being tested. A fisherman reported seeing her with an officer near the site, and police later provided him with a handgun and a knife for protection, although the threat was unclear. Her notebook's codes were eventually cracked, but turned out to be shorthand for her travel itinerary. The case lost momentum, and many investigation items went missing, leading to skepticism about ever solving the mystery. In 2017, advances in DNA testing revealed new details. A piece of her jawbone indicated she was likely from Nuremberg, Germany, and had moved to France as a child. DNA analysis showed she was around 45 at her death, not the 25-30 suggested in hotel check-ins. This led to theories of her being involved in high-end sex work due to her luxurious lifestyle and frequent stays in fancy hotels. Witnesses claim to have seen her with different men, including an older man with white hair and another during a heated argument in a store. In 2005, a man reported seeing her hiking in Isdalen Valley in November 1970, accompanied by 2 men dressed in city clothes, which was unusual for hiking. The most popular theory is that she was a spy, supported by her presence near the missile testing site, multiple disguises, and false identities. Critics argue that if she were a spy, she wouldn't have left incriminating evidence behind. Some theorize she was linked to François Genoux, a Swiss banker allegedly involved in funding terrorism, but evidence is sparse. Alternatively, some believe she was a high-end sex worker, given her mysterious income and interactions with men. The absence of any men coming forward after her death lends credence to this theory, with some suggesting she may have been killed by a client. Others propose she committed suicide. The large quantity of pills found in her system suggests voluntary ingestion, possibly after starting a fire to stay warm in the wilderness, which got out of control. Her travel log, stopping the day she checked in her luggage, hints at no plans beyond that point. A nuanced theory suggests she was neither a spy nor merely a sex worker, but possibly a honeypot, a person used by intelligence agencies to extract information through seduction, lacking the training of traditional spies. Despite these theories, the Isdal woman's identity remains a mystery. For over 50 years, investigators and researchers have sought to answer not only how she died, but also who she was, with the central question, who was the Isdal woman, still unanswered. Decades after the discovery of the Isdal woman, her case continues to intrigue people worldwide. Renewed interest has emerged in recent years, fueled by advances in forensic science, particularly DNA testing, offering hope that her identity may one day be revealed. Her case transcends mere mystery, symbolizing the human desire for answers in the face of the unknown. It highlights the fragility of life and the perplexing circumstances behind untimely deaths. In 2020, Norwegian police reopened the investigation, using modern forensic techniques to finally try to uncover the truth, though the case remains a haunting enigma of history. The Isdal woman case is a haunting mystery that has perplexed investigators and the public for over 5 decades. Despite various theories surrounding her identity, ranging from espionage to high-end sex work, the truth remains elusive. With ongoing advancements in forensic science and renewed interest in her case, there's still hope that we may uncover the secrets behind her tragic death. If you found this case as intriguing as we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into unsolved mysteries and historical enigmas. Join the conversation in the comments below. What do you think happened to the Isdal woman? Your insights could help shed light on this chilling mystery.